At 18, I risked my life to escape North Korea so I wouldn't starve to death. And at 24, I fell in love with a South Korean man I was never supposed to meet, and had to risk my life once more to escape from China. Just for being born in North Korea, I had to risk my life to eat, and I had to risk my life to love. As time passed, looking back at those times from where I am now, could I have ever imagined a day would come when I would share my story with people all over the world on YouTube? For me, born in North Korea, it was an impossible dream. All I could do was simply struggle to survive. The day I first set foot in Korea was winter. Unlike the biting winter of the north, the winter in the south was so cozy. Was it because I was with the person I love? A warmth was spreading from deep inside my heart. For the first time, I thought that maybe winter wasn't a season that had to push me away. However, living under the North Korean regime, anxiety and tension were always with me, as if they were part of my own body. If there was ever a moment I was innocent and happy without knowing anything, it was probably my purest childhood. Looking back now, those short, fleeting memories of happiness often became my lighthouse. Whenever I was lonely and struggling. However, the anxiety and tension, brainwashed and learned over a long time, would seep into my life like dark smoke. Even in front of the person I love, I couldn't let down my guard for even a moment. In this still unfamiliar sense of relief, I was tense and anxious. Finally, we arrived at the home where we would live together. Before the invisible threshold, my heart quietly began to pound. My husband pressed a button and opened the door. Opening the door was a simple act, but stepping inside meant dragging all the time I had walked through along with me. I slowly took off my shoes. From the tips of my toes, the warmth of the floor rose up, spreading the sensation of being alive throughout my body. The warm air spreading from within, a beautifully decorated living room, a quietly prepared bed, organized kitchenware. The entire atmosphere felt like a gift prepared just for me. My husband quietly took my hand. It was a hand I had only been able to feel through a computer screen for so long. A person's body heat that had crossed winters. The story of our miracle-like meeting will be shared in the future. Past borders and turned through the years to finally rest upon my hand. My husband looking at me fondly with a warm smile, as if he knew everything. He just held me silently for a very, very long time. It felt like warm snow was gently falling down upon my frozen world. My husband led me to the bed. This was a movement created not by impulse nor by desire, but by waiting, a very quiet scene of victory, one that directly tore down the times the world had kept us from meeting. The warmth of the person I thought I would never meet quietly suppressed all my anxiety and tension. That night, we lay silently in each other's arms. Outside it was winter, but under the blankets there were no seasons. However, before I closed my eyes, an unavoidable ripple was spreading inside me. The fear that was not uprooted did not die. Anxiety, like a tiny blade of grass, was gently shaking under the blankets. On my first night after arriving in Korea, I could not fall asleep. It wasn't just because of the unfamiliar space. A soldier from a thoroughly hostile nation that started the Korean War is my husband. The reality I had never even imagined was simply unbelievable. What kind of world would be waiting for me? Would it be a truly scary and dangerous place if I say I'm from North Korea? Will it really be okay? It was clearly the path I had chosen, risking my life to find the person I love. But the emotions of joy, excitement, fear, and anxiety were all tangled together. And I, in the middle of it all, could not sort anything out. I was happy, but tense. I was relieved, but anxious. My body was finally by his side, but my heart, not yet having arrived anywhere, was just hovering in the unfamiliar space. And then a familiar fear, even in that safest of places, began to creep up from deep inside me. But in that moment, I was realizing it. About my very old survival instinct. I always hid my heart one step ahead, that it was less dangerous for emotions to reveal themselves later than the situation. I had known that for so very long. I had always survived that way. That night in his arms, I struggled to turn away from all this reality, forcefully suppressing the rising anxiety. I fought with all my might to somehow fall asleep. His safe embrace protected me from all the dangers of the world, but it could not protect me from the greatest danger of all, the one inside of me, myself. The journey toward true freedom, like that, was beginning again from the point of facing the deepest darkness inside of me. In the next story, I plan to share the stories of the countless firsts I had to face after becoming alone in this unfamiliar world, a world so similar yet so different. Please join me for those first steps, the ones filled with both laughter and sadness. Thank you.